This is Mr. Beck Does Your Homework. This is physics homework number 25, questions number 11 and 12. A diverging lens has a focal length of 51 centimeters. If an object is 40 centimeters from the lens, what is the image distance? Answer in units of centimeters. Well, a diverging lens, you got to remember that that is one of these. That's a diverging lens. So when it tells me it has a focal length of 51 centimeters, my f is not 51, but my focal length is going to be negative 51 because these sorts of lenses have negative focal lengths. They have virtual focal lengths. So the focal length of 51 means negative 51 centimeters. If an object is 40 centimeters from the lens, well, object distance, DO, is always positive, so that is 40 centimeters. What is the image distance? So I'm looking for my DI. Now, this type of lens, I should remember, is always going to give me an upright virtual image. A convex lens will give me an image over here if it's a real image, but virtual images are going to wind up on the same side of the lens as the object. So if I have my object here, then I'm 40 centimeters from the lens, but my focal length is over here, so I'll put my f here and whatever 2f out here. If I think of where my image is going to be, I'm going to be in parallel. I'm also going to need an f and 2f over on this side. So I'm actually inside of the focal length, so I'll call that f. So in parallel out as if I came from f. So this one would be out this way somewhere. And then straight through the center is going to give me this way somewhere. So I'm going to wind up with a virtual image that's going to be right there. So I'm going to have a DI that's even closer to the lens than my object. So I should expect it to be less than 40. I should expect it to be negative because over here would be positive. So that's going to be a negative. Now when I do my equation, I have 1 over DI plus 1 over DO equals 1 over F. So I have 1 over DI plus 1 over 40 equals 1 over negative 51. So 1 over DI equals 1 over negative 51 minus 1 over 40. So I've got this minus even more is going to definitely give me a negative number. So I'm going to do negative 51 to the 1 over minus 40 to the 1 over equals to the 1 over that will give me my DI. So that's where I find out my image is, and that's going to be a negative number. Now it says, what is the magnitude of the magnification for this lens? So whether it's positive or negative, they're asking for magnitude, and magnitudes are always positive. But actually, this would have a positive magnification because it gives me a virtual image that's upright. So real images have negative magnification. This has a positive magnification. So the magnitude, it doesn't even matter. But to get the magnitude, what I need is my M is going to be negative di over dou. Is part of my equation there. So that negative will get rid of this negative when I plug it in, and that will give me my magnification, and it should be something less than 1 but positive because this is going to be smaller than that.